Hello, this is BlueStar, Defender of Equestria! And this is my next Focus On video. This time, Starlight Glimmer and a royal problem. And also, Starlight Glimmer's intro dream. Once again, I am very pleased to be doing yet another dream analysis video! Yay! However, in this case, I'd like to look at this as sort of almost being three separate dreams rather than one big one, and not to mention Princess Luna's dream counts as a second dream. And I must admit, because I'm being a little overwhelmed by how much material there is in this episode, so I've decided to break it down into basically three parts. Princess Luna's dream, the big battle between Nightmare Moon versus Daybreaker, and what I would consider basically Starlight Glimmer's introductory dream, which I'm gonna basically say ends when Starlight Glimmer first meets Celestia in her dream. This was actually an interesting little sequence that I think does feel very dreamlike, and at first I thought, these are kind of odd things, particularly with this Pancakes being all scary and saying, I care, all creepy. It's like, no, Pancakes, no, why? This dream did open with a very dreamlike element where poor Starlight Glimmer is falling uncontrollably. But all the other elements are a little unusual and don't seem to make any sense or have anything in common with one another. But the one thing that these things do have in common is that the pony that was trying to give these things to the pony was trying to be helpful, but in the end these things are really not that helpful. In fact, in some ways, these things actually put more pressure on the pony that they were trying to help. Certainly, Twilight appearing as this little ballerina music box thing did not help Starlight Glimmer at all. In fact, even Twilight recognizing, I'm not being very helpful, am I? Starlight Glimmer responds rather grumpily, no, because Twilight is simply just putting more pressure on her. This is big, really big! Thank you, Twilight. I didn't have enough pressure on me before. So now going back to the other gifts, because I can't think of any better way to describe these. It's like that Celestia is trying to, make this breakfast for her sister because she wants to show that she cares and, try to make her happy. But that doesn't work out because by the time Luna gets here, she's tired. She just wants to grab a snack and just go to bed, which I can understand. It's also another interesting thought that, for Luna, this is not breakfast. It's like, I guess it would be dinner or, late night snack. So this gesture, it was nice, but it really doesn't help Luna. And similarly, what Luna is offering doesn't really help Celestia all that much, and she's just too busy and or tired to unfortunately notice what her sister is offering. Sadly, it's a nice gesture by Luna, but sadly it doesn't really help her either. That's why I think these things are appearing to Starlight Glimmer in this dream as being almost in a way threatening or not being helpful. Obviously the Pancakes being all like was obviously very threatening, but I was thinking the lavender doesn't seem to be so bad, it's like it sort of almost breaks her fall and she falls in it and stuff, but then when Starlight Glimmer falls in it, it all just blows away and it doesn't help her, so And of course, Twilight, appearing before her and basically saying, this is big, really big, is obviously not helping Starlight Glimmer deal with the situation or help her calm down or anything, and it's only putting more stress on her. An interesting thing with the ballerina, I was thinking, it's like, why is Starlight Glimmer a little quote-unquote freaked out by becoming the ballerina? My thought on this was that it's about control. Or in this case, a lack of control. Because I think control is definitely something that's very fundamental to Starlight Glimmer's character. She definitely likes to be in control, and when she's not in control is when she starts to freak out about things. This was almost in a way a sub-point of every little thing she does. She's afraid she can't handle this, so what does she do? She basically takes almost direct control of the main six. She can now handle this however she wants to. And of course, as we all know, that she's very skilled at magic and she has a lot of control over magic. And this explains an awful lot why when Starlight Glimmer is freaking out about something or she's concerned that she can't handle something, she'll often try to use magic to take control of the situation. But of course, as we all know, that trying to use magic to solve your problems often leads to far bigger problems, so, This is why Starlight Glimmer is almost in a way a little freaked out about becoming a ballerina, because while Twilight is able to, in a way take control of this ballerina and communicate to Starlight Glimmer using this ballerina, she can't really do anything. She's just sitting there. The ballerina can't technically move around or anything. At one point, Starlight Glimmer picks up the music box and just puts it in the drawer, and Twilight can't do anything about it, so there's a lack of control there. Being turned into this ballerina is basically taking complete control away from Starlight Glimmer, and now all she could do is just stand there and just listen to Twilight yell at her. This definitely is a very big freaking out thing for Starlight Glimmer. It definitely would make her want to go, ah, and jump right off. It's like, I don't care what's down there, I don't want to stay here. Ah! Aw, poor Starlight Glimmer. I actually like this dream a lot. It may have been short, and yes, it's just the introduction to a far bigger problem, but does, again, once going back and looking at it, does reveal an awful lot about Starlight Glimmer's character, in a way, what she's afraid of, what she's concerned about. Because Dream is often about one of two things. It's either about something that you are afraid is going to happen to you, or it's a response to something that has just happened to you. That's another reason why all of these things are appearing to Starlight Glimmer now, opposed to something that happened ages ago, is that all of these things have just happened to her and they're fresh in her mind. So all her fears and anxieties of basically losing control of the situation are basically appearing before her in all these different forms. She feels like there are ponies that are trying to be helpful to her, but really aren't being helpful to her. And she's losing control of the situation. And yeah, definitely the beginning of the stream is like she's just falling, going, ah! Obviously, it was the representation of that. All these things are manifestations of a lack of control or a lack of support as well. Aw, poor Starlight Glimmer. It'll be okay. You won't be messed with the princess's cutie marks and switch them around and potentially bring Nightmare Moon back and possibly put Equestria in danger. You know, there's no reason to be worried about that. I'm sure everything will be fine. Seriously now, it's like poor Starlight Glimmer, but I can honestly understand why she feels this way. She's made a pretty big move, but ultimately in the end, she made the right call. So, that is the ending of my dream analysis of Starlight Glimmer's introductory dream in A Royal Problem. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you again in the world of Dream. So, until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong, and pony on. Blue Star out.